Hello and welcome to the ScatterVolt channel, and today I'd like to introduce you to the first episode of Super Smash Builds, the show where I exhibit and analyze real builds by real people. Super Smash Builds was created because I wanted to connect more to the ScatterVolt tech community, especially through my personal Discord server where a lot of this stuff is going to be going down, and actually create a consistent series on the ScatterVolt YouTube channel that you guys can look forward to, participate in, and even win prizes for. And if you're wondering, yes, the name was influenced by the very popular game series Super Smash Bros. However, we came up with the name a full month before the Nintendo Switch Super Smash Bros. Actually got revealed at Nintendo Direct, so we were trying to be original when we came up with the name of this new video series. Anyways, I'm gonna take a quick minute to explain what to expect from Super Smash Builds, how you can participate in the prizes you could win. Super Smash Builds is going to be a monthly series on the ScatterVolt YouTube channel showcasing the best gaming PCs from the ScatterVolt Discord server, where all of the submissions, the voting, and the judging will be held. As for the types of PCs you can submit, we're literally open to any type of computer because the ScatterVolt channel is all about budget and cheap PC gaming, which means, yes, that potato that is like a $200 used computer you built off of Craigslist and eBay is just as eligible as that ethereal godlike $20,000 workstation computer with Xeons and Quadros that would destroy any PC game thrown at it. With your submissions through the ScatterVolt Discord server on the hashtag Super Smash Builds channel, the staff and I will be choosing our 5 favorite and most qualified submissions that follow the rules, provide the best photos, and have detailed stories in their submissions. From there, the members on the ScatterVolt Discord server can vote on the top 5 submissions for their favorite gaming PC to win the Super Smash Builds episode for that month. Aside from following the rules and providing excellent photos, we're really looking for a gaming PC submission that has character and passion behind it. Having fact specs is, great for the price, but what about the memorable highs and lows you've had with your computer? Or, that one time when you were able to get the elusive winner chicken dinner in PUBG with your $70 GT 730 graphics card, or say when you upgraded to an SSD and experienced the mind-numbingly quick speeds it delivered over your old hard drive. Those are the things that basic specs on a sheet of paper can never deliver. I also want to take this series as an opportunity to show you guys the performance you could expect out of building a similar rig through the new superposition benchmarking tool, where you can compare the results of all the computers shown throughout this video and kind of get a rough idea of the performance differences and their overall gaming performance. In the end, the winner of every month will receive a custom special rank on the ScatterVolt Discord server, and at the very end of the year, out of the 12 monthly winners, one will be chosen to receive my very own personal RX Vega 56 graphics card with my personal signature on the backplate. Finishing up, if you're interested in submitting your PC to Super Smash Builds, then consider joining the ScatterVolt Discord server and keep up to date with the Super Smash Builds announcements that my staff team will be putting out throughout the month. And as a heads up, we'll be doing a new competition for the month of May very soon as of recording this video, so be sure to join the ScatterVolt Discord server, which will be linked in the description down below if you'd like to join. So real quick before we begin, I want to give you guys a quick example submission of what we're looking for in Super Smash Builds. So here I have a submission by one of the moderators on the ScatterVolt Discord server, Jack. So thank you, Jack, for submitting this and taking the time and effort to get these excellent photos of your gaming PC. So let me go ahead and show you guys what we're expecting for our submissions. So like I was saying about the photos that Jack provided are very high quality. They go pretty much over every single thing of what we're looking for showcasing your gaming PC, with all the right angles, all the right shots. And he is also very descriptive in his gaming PC and like the parts that he received, how he got them, and almost like some stories that he had. And then here at the very bottom, he has his benchmark score from Superposition. And this more or less is what we're exactly looking for. High quality photos, a detailed submission, and more or less just something that is very presentable, to put it simple. So anyways, I'll leave a link to this example submission in the description below so you guys can kind of base your submissions off of Jax. But heads up, there's a good chance we'll be switching over to PC Part Picker for our overall link submissions rather than Imgur, so just keep note of that. So coming in at 5th place, we have Eamon Morales with his budget gaming PC, receiving 3 votes. So let's go ahead and check out the parts list for his budget gaming PC. He's got an i5-3570K, an ASRock Z77 ITX motherboard, 8GB of HyperX Fury DDR3 RAM, 2 120GB Micron M600 SSDs, a 2TB Barracuda Seagate hard drive, a 270X Power Color Radeon R9 series graphics card, and a Vivo Case V06 and EVGA 580+ watt power supply. So from the looks of it, this is actually really cool, but he listed out a screenshot of the motherboard and processor that he got for his computer off of Letgo, I believe, for $85, which is a really killer deal. I mean, Ivy Ridge is quite old, but my old gaming PC that I used up until this year had a semi-bridge i5 in it, and that thing still kicked a lot of butt. So getting this for $85 was a really awesome deal, so I'm very glad you got that, because this thing is going to set you up for a long time of very good budget use in gaming. Also, another cool thing is that his 270X that he got in this gaming PC, he actually purchased for $70, which is another pretty awesome deal, I'd say, for his budget gaming PC. And more or less, I mean, I would have liked to see better photos from your gaming PC, but it's just a great budget computer. You know, there's nothing wrong about it, but I think it's just a very solid entry. But I would have liked some descriptions on, you know, how you got your gaming PC to where it is, aside from your really good deal finds. But more or less, great first submission from you, Iman. And now let's move on to number 4. Here we have Shane's budget gaming PC, or I guess I should say a mid-range gaming PC. But before I spoil the rest of the computer, let's quickly look at the specifications. We have an Intel Core i5-4590, a Cooler Master Hyper T2 CPU cooler, an MSI H81M P33 Micro ATX motherboard, 12GB of Crucial Ballistic Sport RAM, a 120GB SanDisk SSD plus SSD, a 320GB Toshiba hard drive, a 1TB Western Digital Green hard drive, and then a Bitfinex Nova ATX mid-tower case, and then a Corsair CXM power supply. So I can't exactly tell all of what you purchased for this gaming PC and for the prices that you paid for. I'd assume this is new, but more or less though, I can tell Shane that this is a gaming PC that you've put a lot of time and money into. It's been like a long-term investment almost. And it kind of reminds me of my first gaming PC, because I started off with like a Sandy Bridge processor, slowly worked my way up, and that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from your PC, considering that you have a 1060 in there, but have that i5-4590. Also a very clean interior, that is something nice to see. He also has a Bitfinex Nova case, which kind of Bitfinex is more or less like an underrated case manufacturer. But let's look at some of the descriptions that he provided for his gaming PC. So fun fact, he got his CPU, GPU, his old GTX 960, RAM, and power supply, and all of his drives thrown out the window. I have no clue how that happened. And all those parts survived. Unfortunately though, his motherboard and case didn't, but I guess that's a really cool random fact. That's really cool, I guess, that your parts survived. Also, like I said, I can tell Shane that you're pretty resourceful, because this 320GB Toshiba hard drive that he has, he actually got from his old Xbox 360 and reformatted it, so that's something also really cool to see. However, I do see a lot of dust. A lot of dust. I mean, I don't blame you. Mine's kind of dusty too, but you know, if you're submitting your PC to Super Smash Builds, I mean, you got like the motherboard, graphics card, and all that stuff really nice and clean, but your hard drives, man, can't forget that. Anyways, great submission, Shane. This is a pretty awesome budget gaming PC. I probably would have recommended it on my channel, say in 2015 or 2014, and I'm glad that you've upgraded it over time and have kept it in great condition. So with that being said, let's move on to number 3. At number 3, receiving 14 votes, we have Teplin's Limit $300 extreme budget gaming PC, and this one's actually really cool, so let's quickly look at the parts list for it. It's got an i5-2500K quad-core Sandy Bridge processor, a CryoRig H5 CPU cooler, and even list the thermal compound, which is Thermal Grizzly Aeronaut at 3.9 grams. That's going pretty far. I kind of like to see that. An Asus P8Z77 5LX ATX motherboard. That's a really old school motherboard that is pretty cool to see in this submission. 8 gigabytes of HyperX Fury RAM at 1866 megahertz, a 500 gigabyte Western Digital Green hard drive at 1050 Ti at 4 gigabytes, the Raid Max Ninja 2 ATX mid tower, and a 650 watt EVGA Supernova 80 plus gold power supply. And how you were able to fit all that in such a low price tag is pretty mind-boggling. That's actually very impressive. So let's go ahead and look at kind of the story that Teplin provides for his gaming PC. Part of this build was partially inspired by my $100 Freedom build, because he used the same case in that build as this PC that he's showing right here, and also he's a huge overclocker, which is why he has that huge Cryo-Rig CPU cooler, and how you're able to fit that with that low-end budget case is actually very surprising. I wouldn't think that thing would fit in there, but you know, it's cool to see. And also, he's a part of the i5 2500K Master Race. I was formerly a part of that race with my old gaming PC. It is truly a beast of a processor, and it'll probably go down as one of the GOATs, I'd say, of all processors. And that thing is a killer. It can still overclock to 4.5 gigahertz in the year 2018 when it got released, I believe, back in 2011 or 2012. So the 2500K seriously is a really awesome processor. So that's really cool to see in such a cheap budget gaming PC. I bet you that thing is like killing it for you. But anyways, he has that 1050 Ti that he got for $150. I'd say as, you know, regular MSRP and not like the inflated that you would have probably found like 2 months ago from the GPU crisis. But more or less though, he got some crazy good deals. I mean, a $20 2500K, I mean, it's just a very solid computer, and he actually provides some benchmarks of some of the games he played. And I think the most notable one for me is Minesweeper at 0 frames per second. I probably would have wanted to see more Teplin, if we want to be honest. But anyways, this is a very clean build. I really like it. For $300, you really did a pretty awesome job with making a really crazy good budget gaming PC. So I'm really happy to see the submission, especially with that 2500K. That really brings back memories to me. But anyways, great submission at number 3. And let's go ahead and look at the number 2 submission. Coming in at second place, we have Void's high-end gaming PC. And as you can already tell, this is the most expensive gaming PC on this list. And I mean, just looking at this first photo can already kind of tell you some telltale signs of what's to come. But unfortunately, in the review process, we lost his PC part picker link, but we can already tell what sort of specs he has with this computer with his insane superposition benchmark score that he provided, which is 20,249, which is most certainly the highest on this list. But let's go ahead and look at the specs. He has an i7 7700K at stock speeds, okay. He has 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, a 1080 Ti with 11 gigabytes of VRAM. As for the case, he has a Corsair 780T, and for the motherboard, I believe he has the Asus Maximus 9 Extreme motherboard. And I mean, this computer is loaded. Void is so invested in this PC, he even has his RAM cooler cooling off his RAM, which, I mean, you better be overclocking that RAM to some pretty serious speeds. Anyways, Void, this is a very nice looking gaming PC. I certainly would have enjoyed this if I had a computer like this. I mean, I can tell you've put a lot of hard work into this computer, and I mean, that RAM cooler for me especially sticks out because that really is a rarity amongst gaming PCs nowadays. But I mean, this thing is a beast. You've got GTA 5 playing on it. It's really cool looking, and I think it certainly deserves the number 2 spot on this list, considering you provided great photos. However, I would have liked to seen a like detailed story of what went down with your gaming PC, how you got the parts of it, and maybe like some cool stories that you got. Now coming in at first place, we actually have one of our own moderators from the ScatterVolt Discord server winning, which was Kyle, and he has this pretty spectacular mid-range gaming PC with a lot of good stuff that just makes it a very solid build. So let's go ahead and see why it got the most votes. He has an i5 7400 rated at 3 gigahertz. He has the B250M Bazooka motherboard by MSI, 16 gigabytes of DDR4 memory, 2 1TB hard drives, one from Western Digital, one from Seagate. He also has an RX 480 with 4 4GB of VRAM, a Cooler Master Master Box 5, and a 550 watt Corsair TXM power supply. So I really like this gaming PC in the fact that I just believe this is a very solid computer, and I believe the 46 votes that were provided for this gaming PC also showed that. I mean, Kyle, you have that RX 480 in there, which, I mean, if we look at today's standards of graphics card prices, a 480 is crazy expensive, so I assume you picked one of these up before the whole Bitcoin rise happened, which is really cool to see because it's almost like a rarity because they're so expensive nowadays. But it looks so clean with that stock cooler that you have, but also he has just a really nice black and red color scheme that I really like. And I mean, you can bring this to a LAN party and people will see that Radon logo and they'll just respect it. I mean, this is just a solid computer, very clean. However, Kyle, I would have liked to seen some better cable management in the middle of your computer because your motherboard, case fans, RX 480 look super clean, but then you got all that cable mess right in the middle, and personally, I like to see some better cable management right there. You also achieved a superposition benchmark score of 7,757, which is certainly respectable. It's the second highest on this list, and more or less, I mean, this is just a solid computer. I really feel like it did deserve the #1 position. And also, of course, it followed all the rules of having great pictures. However, I would have liked to seen some more details and like a story that went along with your gaming computer. Anyways, that is the first episode of Super Smash Builds. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any feedback for this episode or future episodes that you'd like to see, then put that in the comment section below. I will be reading those. If you want to participate, be sure to click the ScatterVolt Discord link in the description down below to join and stay posted with the Super Smash Builds updates that will be coming around monthly on the ScatterVolt Discord server. But as always, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and all that, and this is the ScatterVolt channel, signing out.